Walk in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Try and tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
Game over, time's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag, copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss, stand 10 toes on your feet. I can never take a loss, I ain't set up for defeat. 4 Giottos on the truck, I had a dream and it stuck. Living my life cause we up, looking back like where the love. Swear I be hella low key, but contrary to belief, loyalty runs deep. I keep my ear to the streets. Struggle turned me to a beast. I'm off the chain, I'm off the leash. But baby girl, I play for keeps. Told my brother lately, I've been scheming. Against all odds like Willie Beeman. I've been grinding lately, this my season. Lord knows I'm trying to find my reason. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Can't roll no bottom, rolls through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go.
Turn. You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch him hate, watch him lurk. Can't relate, watch you skirt. Out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on site. Red breed, red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I've been grinding since a young and they told me my timing was coming. I've been hustling with no fun and forget all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA where it's sunny. I've been eating since a young and since we ain't have food in our tummy. The life we was living ain't funny, but you cannot take nothing from me. Put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother, I'll show you. Way better than I can tell you. The type of dreams that they sell you. That's why I learned from my failures. Don't do the handouts or the favors. Told my brother I'ma get this paper. Was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Can't roll no bottom, rolls through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 28-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his left. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Lining up for the point after.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a
quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 35-yard line.
They'll run here with Farrow. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Block now on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
Here's Jackson. On the move to his left. And that is incomplete here. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they... Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 30.
Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 3rd down, Jackson going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Farrow. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Block off of play action. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
On the play. And a Steeler 1st down.
From the gun, it's Locke. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Pittsburgh.
Shotgun snap to Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
But
that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by him defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Now the try here for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
16. Steelers 7.
So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. This time, Jackson will throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to keep it again. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
16. Steelers 7.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's good.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 8.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Eluding the pressure right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Pushing through the contact. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score.
16. Steelers 14.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. And he's been right.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This is fielded at the 27. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st down.
Now Locke. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
The kicker on.
A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Makes the score.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins, and he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Pittsburgh.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On the ground, it's Farrow. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 7, Locke steps away to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at the 28.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play. First down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And his kick is indeed good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A final shot before half for Locke. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
His kick is good. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Keeping it on the ground, Farrow again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
A handoff to Farrow. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now to the air, Locke. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Working out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a 1-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession, but at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
We're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Jalen Thompson.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Block now to throw. Going to Farrell on the screen. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now the give to Farrell. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. From the gun, Locke. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. A little brief second of indecision there was certainly hooking, but bottom line, it's good.
Yeah, and, you know, got a little bit of English on it, right? That left-footed kicker trying to pop it through. A little bit too close to the right upright for his liking, but he'll take the 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Check 26, check 26.
From the 31, Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Nick Boyle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
The kicker on.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Steelers 34, Ravens 19.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Forced out to his left. He'll find Lindsey here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
30-yard line.
51 the mic, 51 the mic. Keep it up, defense, keep it up, guys.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10, eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. Try to lay one up deep. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's going to take another shot here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing deep here for Coleman. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Number 40.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
short, going with their tight end. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Field goal is good.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers. Score. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Toss play. This is Farrow. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. right is Farrow. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson, flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Steelers send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
51, Mike 51. I'm scared.
From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left, and it's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Then he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
After the turnover, here's Locke. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Fuller. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. at the 30-yard line. Tonight's final
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts.